Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a great day. Well, today we are going to be starting on these orange and red blossoms. I don't know if they are or aren't lotus flowers. I'm not sure. Never saw them grow quite like that. Yeah. And we'll be starting right down here in this lower right hand corner ish, like on this flower right here, and the color that I'm using is 3340. So how's everybody doing? We are at Friday again. Wow, these days just go way too fast, but I had a lovely day yesterday. I had to run into town. I went and got another little skein of that thread for Peter Rabbit, because I'm not going to wait for them to send me any, because, you know, it would just take forever, right? So I got some thread and it matches, and I'm doing the back stitching now. Yay! Let me pull you in just a bit. And worked on that for a little bit. And, oh, I had to go get fuel for the car, but other than that, no biggie. And then at about 2 o'clock, I went with my daughter to the grocery store to get the stuff for the barbecue. And then we came back and they barbecued on the grill. And we had cake and ice cream, and then I left about 5:30 or so. Just was a little bit tired. My grandson was going to go with his other grandma to the Rock and Mineral Show that's here in town. But they have a great big huge parking lot, because that's where the rodeo grounds is. And my son-in-law took their small camper down there for his mom and my grandson to use. I don't know if they're going to stay a couple days, or, you know, just what exactly their big plans are. They were not discussed, you know. So I just let it go. So, but I think let's see, it started today, so I'm assuming that it goes through Sunday out there, because of that other festival that's right here in town. And yeah, so I'm assuming that it all lasts, you know, the same amount of time, if you will, because that's when the most people will be here, you know, and everything. My daughter and I didn't discuss going into town to the festival-ish thing or anything like that. So I have no idea what I'll be doing today, short of this, but yeah, so it was a nice time, had my all. And I came home and I tried to take a little bit of a nap, but that didn't even transpire. But stitched a little bit on those pink flowers that I started yesterday. I think was it yesterday? Could have been the day before. I'm not sure. One day is kind of running to the next. I had so much to do yesterday, you know. It's a little hard to keep track. But other than that, I just might just stay home and stitch and not do too much at all. It was a little windy yesterday. I'm going to have to cut this thread. Sorry. It was a little windy most of the day. You know, just a breeze enough. And I hate sitting out on the porch when there's a breeze, because when I have a piece of thread, you know, in a canvas, it just kind of blows. And then I can't see where I'm stitching, so it's kind of useless. But the heat part of it was not bad. It was probably 75 degrees when I left my daughter's. So it wasn't too terribly hot yesterday. I mean, it got up to 80, but then it got cloudy all day. Didn't do a thing. So, yay. So there was no sitting out on the porch. And then we'd have gusts. So, yeah, I'm not about that. And like I said, it looked like it was going to rain at any moment. So I didn't want to go out there with one of these stamped canvases and, you know, take a chance on it getting wet. So I just stayed in the rest of the evening. And didn't have to make dinner or anything. So that was good. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I hadn't even thought about it until just this second when it came out of my mouth. So, we'll see. Okay, what's going on here? Sure is a pretty color, orange. It's kind of bright. But that's fine. There's a lot of stuff on this. I thought this was a bigger canvas for some reason, but it's only a 40 by 40. Yeah, 40 by 40. So I'm like, yay. I like the small ones, smaller ones. Right now we're really into smaller. Smaller is better. But, you know, that could change at any given moment. And I'll go back to all my huge, ginormous ones. Supposed to get my Amazon package. I ordered a blow dryer because can't seem to find anything that I really like or dislike here. So I ordered a blow dryer, and I got some more green jasmine tea from that. Is it Twings? I don't know how to say that word. Twings or Twings? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, I got another box of that. And what else? Oh, and I got those big not plastic. Well, they are plastic. You know, that I put all my projects in. Plastic project bags. There we go. Holy cow. That was difficult. So, I need to rearrange some things and put some other stuff, you know, like back where it needs to be, and just rearrange basically. And I don't fancy going into town with all these people in town, so I'm assuming I will just find something in the freezer to have for dinner. Not sure. I may or may not make it to the grocery store today. We'll see what happens. This canvas is kind of thick for some reason, but it's, you know, I mean, it crushes in my hands really well, and it's serged, so it's not cutting into my hands. Some of them I've had are really, really stiff, and they just hurt. But lately, they have been doing the serging on some of these other kit companies, shall we say, because before they didn't have that. I'm trying to get this stuff off my desk. Yeah, so I'm liking that. So they're not so difficult to handle and hold and break down. So, and they do after a while, you know, after you've handled them for so long. And I pulled the wrong thread. Isn't that special? Get out of there, please. I just love it when I do that. There we go. Now, maybe I can do it from there. Oh my goodness, some days. And I can't think of what else I stitched on. Does seem like there was something else. I have no idea. Seemed like I stitched on something else in the morning. I just whipped the rest of that back stitching into Peter Rabbit. It took about half an hour. I know. It's like, what are you waiting for? Then I started stitching on the back stitching, and well, I was like, that is not going to make it, because I use 2 strands of thread when I back stitch, and I'm sure it called for 1. They usually do, so that's why I just went and got another skein of thread. I haven't had to do that not for a very long time. I think I was working on that blue pavilion, and I was running out of thread. That was that Joy Sunday one, and it has all the, well, there's lattice work, like, all the way around it, and it was just eating up the thread, so I had to go get another skein of thread for that. But, like I said, I used 2 strands, so it was really my own fault. And you have to back stitch around everything in that thing. It was a nightmare. And it's 14 count on top of everything else. Yeah. So. Some days I can handle 14 count, and others, yeah, I'm just not in the mood. Just give me some 11 count. And I can put some threads into a canvas. Makes me feel so much better. I did leave the Rainbow Dragon out. At least that's what I call it. So that I can keep, you know, adding a thread or 2 to it. So what's everybody else working on? Are you finishing anything, or did you just start something, perhaps? I always like to know what you're stitching on. If you're doing counted or if you're doing stamped, it doesn't matter to me. I do both. And, you know, I just haven't felt like doing counted for a little bit. I've just taken a break from it. All that counting just... When I am busy in the summer, you know, with work and stuff, I'm just too tired to even think. And it just keeps me in that frame of mind, shall we say, like all summer long. Now in the wintertime, I do counted cross stitch until the cows come home. Because I really need something to stimulate my brain, because it's so quiet in the winter. So, but yeah, these days, and going in to work, I never know if it's going to be really busy or not busy, you know. So, got to save my brain power to run that stupid computer at work. Oh my gosh. Well, it's not a computer, it's a register, but it looks like a computer. It might as well be, for all its bells and whistles and things that it does, you know. which is fine. But it does take a hot moment to learn how to do all that stuff and get it all running in the right direction, and then every once in a while it'll freeze up like a crazy thing, and none of us can figure out what's wrong with it. So I know it's odd. It's hard to believe I started on a regular cash register like forever ago, because it's so far removed from what I'm using right now. It's like night and day. Just work too long, I guess. Too many different places. Oh, seriously. I'm trying to get that thread in there. Well, we're getting there. Isn't that bright? Good gravy. I don't know what color I'll do next. Maybe get some of those light green ones done. There's two different symbols right in there. You got arrows going to the right. I had to figure out which way that was because it's sitting sideways. And red ones going to the right. And red circles and blue slash marks going to the right. It's like, okie dokie. Some days. I think we'll start over here and work our way back down. But I just thought this was a really pretty picture. It's just gorgeous. Love all the reds and oranges, yellows in this. There's a bit of teal in it too. Because it's a, not teal, sorry. I looked right at it. Turquoise. So, yeah. But I wanted to start on the flowers first. I do want to work on the outside edge, but I'm thrilled sick that it's not a 60 by 60. I knew it was square, but it just seems bigger than most of the others. So, I don't know. But it's fine. It's a nice size to take places, too. Because they don't have a big old wad of thread, but they'll fit nicely into a little bag, and you can just take all your stuff with you if you don't have anything special, you know, to put them in. I have two other projects, I think that's the same, in my, call them special bags. That light blue one and the one with the deer. I think there's deer on the outside of them. It's kind of orange. But I need to get back to them too. But they can hold 2 or 3 projects, you know, this size. It would be nice. So. So. Let me think. I don't know what is wrong up with this orange thread. It's acting like it's all knotted up for some reason. Let's give it a pull in case it's twisted or something. Oh no, it was going fine there, and then all of a sudden, it's like, get over yourself, quit it. There we go. I came really close the other day to getting out my scroll frame for that thing of my daughter's, but I really don't want to walk around it for the next 12 months or more. I thought maybe it'd be easier to stitch with if it was all rolled up on my scroll frame, and I have to get some more, what do you call it? Oh, I suppose I might have. I have to look. some material to run across the bottom of it, to, like, you put material across the bottom and then you put that around the scroll frame and then you roll it. It helps, you know, secure it into the frame thing. But yeah, it just seemed like too much effort. But I do have 2 of them. Got one that'll sit in my lap, but I don't really have any place to set it, so it's out of the way when I'm not using it. It's such a little monster thing. There's nothing small about it, and it's buried in that room up there, so it'll take me a hot moment to get it. So maybe I'll set it up in the winter time when I'm not using the air conditioner, and then I can set it there, see. But with the air conditioner there, yeah, don't need to block the air conditioning while we're still using it. Who knows, I might change the whole room around. We'll see. I don't feel that ambitious this week, because it'll take a hot moment to do that. I'll wait until my friend from Arizona comes up and have them help me. It's much easier with 2 people than it is just 1. But I change it, you know, in the wintertime, so that right now I'm facing the door, so in the wintertime when you open the door, it's like totally cold. Blows right across, you know, from where you're sitting. And it's just freezing. So I put the couch usually on the other side. So I don't know with this new couch if it'll fit or not. So we'll have to see how that all works out. There will be measuring involved before we move it 15 times, you know. Ouch. Well, you wouldn't be able to lose this thread in a crowd. It's pretty bright. Oh, and of course there's one circle right over there. Are you kidding me? I'd like to have a long discussion with the people that print these out. I know, shading and all that jazz, right? Mm-hmm. Alright, guys. Well, thank you for joining me today. I sure appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Get that down there. Where it's at. Doesn't look like we did a whole lot, but holy cow. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.